again with another video. This time I'm going to bring y'all a topic of what's going on in California. I know it's been raging for at least about a couple of weeks since early December, early January, probably when the fire really started. Some saying that it was an arsonist, that a group of people, they did a citizen's arrest. I'm gonna see if I can bring y'all that video, but for right now, we finna do Spencer Carnella. Well, if you ever heard of Spencer, he does like exposed videos. He does real estate videos. That's how I originally started to get into Spencer, was through his real estate and through him showing like the ups and downs of marketing and just showing you how to really build a real estate portfolio as well. And like throughout time, he's been, like I said, doing exposed videos, debunkings, crypto scams, crypto frauds, governmental frauds, things of that nature. So I just wanted to give y'all this little big crisis video of his, just to see what he has to say. And hopefully everybody in California is doing all right. Let's get into it.
The unfortunate disaster engulfing Los Angeles is bad enough, but the situation will get worse with what happens next.
The insurance companies are going to do everything they can to lowball and deny claims.
Insurance is like having a big bouncer-looking dude as a friend who is also scared to get hit. He makes you feel like you're protected if you were to get in a fight, but he'll just run at the first sign of a problem.
California is the only state that does not allow private insurance companies to incorporate the cost of reinsurance into their premiums. And this is why 100,000 Californians lost coverage.
And that alone shows you why I'm glad I never really, me and the homie, we wanted to move to California. That was a dream, that was the goal. But then after a while, as life started to happen and I started to get more knowledgeable and started to read up on things and look at more videos and just let time pass, California is not where I want to be. Because for real, you're telling me that through all the insurance claim that you could, well, all the insurance that you didn't pay for your house or whatever insurance person that you didn't went through, these niggas are saying, yeah, you gave us bread, but who's to say we got to put that bread back into your house? Like, come on now. Come on, guy. Are you dumb?
Between 2019 and 2024.
Instead of losing bad politicians, many Californians unfortunately are about to find out that they lost insurance, especially the kind that covers fire damage. Three-fourths of homeowners may not have enough insurance to fully cover losses after a disaster, study says. I'm considering this situation to be a massive scam because I believe that many California homeowners are about to find out that they have been misled.
That is 75% of California housing market.
AccuWeather has updated and
doesn't have fire insurance, as many raging fires have been going on through California.
$150 billion. Thankfully, we'll just need to ask Ukraine for our money back to cover this deficit, so there's nothing to worry about. A whopping 69% of homeowners in Pacific Palisades lost their homeowners insurance before the fire. Pacific Palisades led the list, where about 1,600 policies were dropped by State Farm in July. Many insurance companies saw this from a mile away. What may seem like a bit of a black swan event was actually predictable given the policies implemented by the most intelligent politicians this world has ever seen. Remember, these decisions were made before ChatGPT, so...
But we can't still fault them though, because at the end of the day, you still have data analytics, you still have statistics, and you still have environmental scientists in California who will tell you what to do and what not to do and what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. Even though some of those people are paid off and some of those people get unalived, but at the same time, it's like you can't sit here and say that California never knows when the next fire is going to happen or when the next national disaster is going to happen. Like you see it right here. Insurance companies literally saying two weeks before the fire that we might not have y'all claims ready.
Much.
Mr. Rosenfield, what is the mood of the people out there in California right now?
Angry. We're fed up with 3 years of high insurance rates.
In 1988, California voters
all the
approved
way
a ballot measure backed by
1988.
consumer groups, read tort lawyers, that turned the
Ain't a
insurance
damn thing
commissioner into a
changed.
rate-setting czar.
People are angry, and that's why we put Proposition 103 on the ballot.
Harvey Rosenfield, David to the insurance industry's Goliath.
This Proposition 103 law was intended to protect consumers by limiting how much insurance companies could charge consumers. Policies in California can generally be nicknamed jacking off because they may feel good in the moment, but after a while, you're just screwing yourself.
Oh,
Impact that Prop 103 has had in this.
Yeah, let me tell you, it saved billions and billions and billions.
The savings to the people of California just for auto insurance has been over $150 billion.
Contrary to claims that Prop 103 saved Californians as much as $154 billion in auto insurance premiums from 1989 to 2015, we find that Californians would have saved nearly $25 billion if they had not passed Prop 103. Because of this legislation, insurance companies couldn't update policies to adequately offset the risks associated with California's potential wildfires. One major lesson I learned from reading Nassim Taleb's books is how poorly equipped humans are at understanding risk in black swan events. This legislation helped consumers save a few bucks each month for a while, but what happens when the black swan event eventually hits?
We gotta look that up. The black swan event. What does that mean?
Blog post was written by Stephen Greenhut in 2023. Now, as the state budget looks at a $23 billion deficit, California confronts a new challenge. A serious crisis in the insurance industry is looming, largely unnoticed by state officials. Hate on insurance companies all you want, but their business is only kept alive because of their predictive software and forecasting. If they're leaving your city, the one excuse you don't have is, I had no idea this catastrophe was coming.
Exactly.
These families in a suburb like this are not alone.
Because even when it comes to life insurance, they still have a mathematical equation for what we should do for you and how much money you could give us and we can give you back, or if we should even give you insurance. They literally do this for a life insurance policy. So you know they're doing this for home insurance. So you're telling me that you just, oh damn, what you mean? Hold on, wait, what's going on? I'm lost just like you, my guy. Hold on. No, because these same people that own and work for these insurance companies, they have houses too. They have families too. They have all this other things that they worry about, because at the end of the day, when business comes, you end up for self. At the end of the day, look at the politician. He tried to get rid of, look at the nigga in New York. He tried to get rid of billions. Got his ass killed. Literally.
7 of the state's property insurers, including big companies like State Farm and Allstate, have either left the state of California or are only offering.
And that doesn't even make sense.
Floods and wildfire season not only have battered the state's infrastructure,
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all making that black guy look bad. Y'all making that black guy from Allstate look bad. Are you in good hands? Hell no, they left. Hands? Where?
And being priced out of fire insurance as fire risks become more severe and more pertinent.
According to the California Department of Insurance, between
and this is just half of the topic. The rest of it has to do with the water reserve.
2.8 million homeowner policies in the state. That includes 531,000 in fire-ravaged LA County.
Damn.
If you have a mortgage, the lender will force you to have insurance, so what's your next best option? Thus, insurance companies are pulling out of the state or reducing their underwriting, leaving many homeowners dependent on the bare-bones insurer of last resort, the state-created Fair Access to Insurance requirements.
At this point, why buy a house?
Just under 160,000 people were on Fair Plan residential and commercial policy. In June of this year, that number stood at nearly 420,000.
Many Californians were probably relieved that the state jumped in and gave them the feeling of protection. This will become a scam if these homeowners aren't able to get the funding they need to rebuild their home. But in March, Fair Plan President Victoria Roach testified that the plan was dangerously overextended, accountable for more than $300 billion in potential losses, with just $200 million in surplus available to cover those costs. This next clip was filmed February 8, 2024.
$200 million is a home you can get in California that probably burned out.
People with damage to their homes from this week's storms are trying to decide if it's worth it to submit a claim and potentially jeopardize their policies. The I-Team has been reporting how more and more homeowners are being dropped by their insurance companies. And this is when the state's Fair Plan is supposed to kick in and help out. But the I-Team learned homeowners are now struggling to secure that coverage, too.
The companies that California kicked out have the funding necessary to handle large-scale catastrophes. It doesn't seem like Fair has the funding. Meanwhile, the value of the residential properties...
Niggas had about what, $23 billion to help with the homeless crisis? And they still got Skid Row. Why do you think they gonna help you find a house if they can't even give a nigga a house? Like, come on now, bro. How they gonna help you pay for your shit if they not even paying for another motherfucker to get a house, bro? That's literally. This is why California doesn't make sense to me. Everything is backwards. Everything does. It's no logic when it comes to California. It's just vibes and count on me. But no, I'm not trying to do that.
by FAIR has risen to more than $450 billion, triple what it was in 2020. This has led to worries that with all the damage from the current fires, the plan will go broke. In the same video released on February,
and they just got another third raging fire somewhere else.
The volume of applications that they're getting is swamping them.
Amy Bach with the consumer advocacy group United Policy Holders.
But that's the thing, though.
Can't keep up with demand.
A full year later, here's an updated number on FAIR's financial resources.
That FAIR program only has $700 million cash on hand to pay claims. All right. California is the only state that does not allow private insurance companies, State Farm and Allstate are the two biggest in California, to incorporate the cost of reinsurance into their premiums. And this is why 100,000 Californians lost coverage between 2019 and 2024.
One of the unfortunate realities of this catastrophe is that many homeowners are going to be screwed because of legalese in an insurance policy.
And that's crazy. Because at the end of the day, you're not homeless because you made bad decisions. You're homeless because your state literally couldn't help you. Your government literally failed you. It's the reason why I'm out on these streets. That's crazy. Insurance companies failed you. That's why you out here on these streets. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to that, you gotta have some type of sympathy for these. You have to have some type of sympathy, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie. After this, the homeless crisis is gonna go up. You might see. I don't know, man. This shit be good, man.
Fully really understand or put much thought into. Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in August 2005 and cost an estimated $125 billion in damages. Homeowners sue insurers for denied Katrina claims. Hundreds of homeowners along the Gulf Coast are suing insurance companies for refusing to pay for damage that their waterfront properties sustained from Hurricane Katrina. In denying their claims, insurers cited the language of the policies, but attorneys for homeowners argue that many of these claims were improperly denied.
The people who built their houses to spec, who paid their federal flood insurance policy, had a homeowner's policy because in hurricane country, you don't know whether it's going to be the wind or the water that gets you. So you had your bets with both. And like thousands of other people in the weeks after the storm, one after another, were told by their private insurers, we're not going to pay.
I bring up Katrina, even though it was a long time ago, because I think there will be similarities between that
horrendous
catastrophe and the one we're seeing right now with the Los Angeles wildfires. The major issue in both situations is insurance payouts to protect those who have been victimized. Since certain areas of New Orleans weren't listed as
FEMA, they gone. They ain't got no funding. They don't have any funding
for flood damage, which can be the costliest of repairs. And it was impossible to access most homes in the days that followed, making homeowners too late to prevent mold growth in buildings and significant damage to personal possessions. Those without flood insurance had no option but to pay out of pocket or abandon their properties because they were uninhabitable without extensive repairs or rebuilding.
About 10 months before their policy renewal, Gerardo received this letter from AmGuard saying they are no longer writing policies in California. AmGuard says policies were canceled in 2024
no longer issuing any new homeowner or personal umbrella policies in California. And then you gonna sit here and give us a contact number and a contact website. How does that make sense? If you're not accepting any more claims, why are you still giving me the chance to contact you so you can keep telling me no? Hell no. Well, hopefully everybody out there in California that's watching, that is a fan, that's part of the Fronto family, hope y'all good, hope y'all straight, hope y'all family's alright, because man, this shit is ridiculous. Motherfuckers can't even get paid the right way. You gotta literally go out there and steal. Like, alright, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Love y'all.